Purpose-built as Australia's capital city, Canberra is a 3-hour drive from both the snowy mountains and the beautiful beaches of New South Wales. It's a city which honours Australia's past and shapes its future. With an expansive bush beauty, a relaxed attitude and colourful events, Canberra is far more than a political capital. Designed for a young nation that was just finding its feet, this city is home to many of the country's most important stories. Stories that have come to define what it means to be Australian. At the heart of Canberra's creation story is Lake Burley Griffin. A long-standing rivalry between Sydney and Melbourne meant that neither one could be the nation's capital. Instead, in 1911, the government launched an international design competition seeking a master plan for a brand new city. The victor, Chicago architect Walter Burley Griffin, won with a garden city design focused on a man-made lake which fits perfectly within the landscape. To understand the genius of the design, head to the lookout at Mount Ainslie, just a short drive from the centre of town. The shores of Lake Burley Griffin are home to the Parliamentary Triangle, a precinct filled with some of Australia's most significant buildings that weave together Australia's stories. Parliament House is a national icon that is instantly recognisable to all Australians. Like the city itself, its design was the winner of an international competition. Although the centre of political power in Australia, its approach to welcoming visitors is relaxed. Take a tour and see history as it happens, and then head up to the lawn-covered roof for sweeping views. Just a short stroll away is Old Parliament House. The corridors of this beloved building are a time capsule of some of Australia's most pivotal moments. Walk into the Prime Minister's office, which looks exactly as it did the day the government moved buildings in 1988. The building that houses the National Museum of Australia was designed around the theme of a jigsaw puzzle, intertwining the many tales of Australia. See a prototype of the Holden, Australia's first locally made car, and the enormous heart of Far Lap, an Australian racehorse that captured the imagination of the entire country. Throughout its history, few characters have captured Australia's imagination like its most infamous outlaw, Ned Kelly. Head to the National Gallery of Australia to see Sydney Nolan's Bushranger series. But for a true glimpse into the very essence of this land, spend some time amid the astonishing masterpieces of some of the nation's leading Indigenous artists. Visit the National Portrait Gallery to enjoy a stunning collection of portraits of prominent Australians who have risen to the top of their fields. From the talented duo behind the international fashion powerhouse Sass and Bide to Andy Thomas, the country's most famous astronaut, these pictures tell thousands of stories. More incredible stories await at the National Library. See Captain Cook's original diary, which accompanied him on his first historic voyage to Australia. In 1770, Cook claimed this great southern land for England, opening a European chapter in the country's history. A little over 100 years later, the Commonwealth of Australia was established. At certain times of the year, the National Archives of Australia display the original Constitution, signed by Queen Victoria. Perhaps the most powerful monument in this city of stories is the Australian War Memorial, a symbol of a young nation's courage, sacrifice, and willingness to defend its allies across the oceans. Immerse yourself in the experience of war with a seamless blend of technology and storytelling. With wall-sized touchscreens and surround sound, the heroic deeds that established Australia on the world stage come alive here. See a bullet-riddled landing boat from Gallipoli, the campaign that gave birth to the Anzac legend. Experience a powerful reenactment of a bombing raid over Berlin featuring G for George, a World War II Lancaster bomber. Stand before the eternal flame and the pool of reflection and read the Roll of Honour, a poignant reminder of the tragedies of war. If Canberra is passionate about honouring the nation's history, this young city is also creating new stories of innovation and cool. In inner city suburbs like Braddon, you'll find innovative architecture, hipster coffee shops and microbreweries. If you're travelling with kids, Canberra also has many special things to offer. Step back in time at the National Dinosaur Museum and see the animals that populated the Earth around 150 million years ago. Many of the country's stories have been stamped into its currency. Visit the Royal Australian Mint to see where coins have been made for more than 50 years. The nation's future innovators could easily spend a day enjoying the interactive displays at Questacon, the National Science and Technology Centre. When Burley Griffin designed this city, he included many natural pockets to showcase the spectacular flora created by Canberra's diverse seasons. In autumn, see the city's canopy explode in brilliant reds and oranges from the viewing platform at Telstra Tower. In spring, the whole city celebrates with Floriade, an iconic event that has been going on for almost 30 years. The city's climate is also perfect for grape growing, and there are more than 30 boutique cellar doors on the city's doorstep. Enjoy a glass of wine overlooking this quintessentially Australian landscape. When the nation's Governor-General stood in a dusty paddock in 1913 and announced the name of the new capital, he told the nation that the city had lying before it a splendid destiny. Over 100 years later, that destiny has been fulfilled in a city that preserves the great chapters of Australia's history and continues to write the future pages of the nation's story.